It's quite unfortunate that we keep having so many divorces in this world, okay? The reason why I think that so many marriages are failing is because people rush so much into the marriages, okay? And the other thing is that most people fail to recognize the red flag they're supposed to look at. The third thing is that most women especially ignore those things and then they force themselves into marriages because they want to get married at certain age. So they go into the marriages and then the thing becomes difficult and then they're supposed to run out of it. Some running out of it because of abuse, others because of disrespect, others because of certain things in their own reason. So today we're talking about, why or how you're supposed to study somebody before you try to get into a relationship with them. I was doing a research and I found out that in Ghana it takes approximately about 18 months to 2 years to about 5 years to get a divorce if you want to get divorced to somebody. And when you get married, in the first 1 or 2 years, you cannot divorce because the marriage is supposed to last for about 2 years before you can start a divorce process. And in that process, you're supposed to go through other things. About 6 months, you go study each other, and before you be able to decide whether, yes, we are sure we want to get a divorce. And also, it comes along with so much terms and conditions that if you guys have been separated for a number of years or months, that the court may deem it fit for you guys to get a divorce. And it comes with cost as well because you need a lawyer and all those things. Okay, so when you look into all these things, most of us, we don't know. When I was getting married, I had no idea that this is the conditions or the terms that you need before you get a divorce. Some people think that when you get married, then you can decide to divorce anytime, but it is not as easy as that. There was a recent study that says that the cost for divorce is going to be moved from around an average of, I think, 15 to 18,000 Ghana cedis to about 25,000 Ghana cedis or 30,000 Ghana cedis. So people are really making huge sums of money. The lawyers and counselors are making huge sums of money when it comes to these kind of things. So I just want to give you a simple advice on this one, that you met that person, you met that special somebody. People are capable of pretending to be someone else. So if it takes about 18 months, 2 years to about 5 years to get a divorce, and those are even, we have terms and conditions applies, provided you meet all those terms and conditions, that's when you'll be granted. Do you get it? So if it takes this long time and these difficulties to get a divorce, why then do you take it as simple to get married to that person? I've seen people who got married to people in 3 months. They met the person in 3 months, and then when the romance was rekindled, and they thought, oh, we found the one, and then they got married. 1 year, 2 years later, they are divorcing. It is too small. Those times are too small for people to get married at that time. Obviously, there are some relationships that have succeeded in that shortest possible time, but how many of them? This is a risk worth calculating. This is a risk worth looking at. Okay, so you don't just jump and then say that is all. No, you're supposed to study the person not less than a year, in my opinion. Not less than a year, in my opinion. Don't just jump into any relationship, because most people are able to fake their lives. Most people, they have children elsewhere. They won't even tell you. Most people, they do have certain things, certain bonds. They won't tell you. You won't be able to know the full mindset or thinking of a person. But at least you should be on top of issues to be able to study the person. Don't look at your age or something. Take time. So if it takes about 2 to 5 years to get a divorce, and you think marrying that person within a year or 6 months or 3 months is going to help you, you should be able to think about all those things very well. Because, it is not a good record to be having an experience or a past of divorce kind of thing. I'm not saying stay in that marriage when things become tough, you're supposed to go. But there's something that you're supposed to know. When there's an abuse, you're not supposed to continue the relationship anymore. When there's some disrespect, unfaithfulness, if you do not tolerate unfaithfulness, you shouldn't stay in a relationship hoping that the person will change. In the relationship time, those are the times that you should be able to test the person's self-control. How are they able to control themselves? You should be able to test those things. But if you are not able to test that person's self-control, then you can't marry that person in that shortest possible time, hoping that they will change when they get married. Study shows that whenever there's a behavior, when the person gets married, it becomes worse. And so it is up to you to decide that I want it to end now by quitting or leaving, or I will tolerate it forever. So don't just rush into marriages to marry people in the shortest possible time because of their money, because of their house, because you think opportunity comes at last. No, you have every right to tell the person that I want to take these things slowly. I mean, we all live by experiences. We all live by whatever has happened to us in the past, and then our knowledge, our experiences, and what we've been through. And so no one should force you into marriage and say that if you don't marry me now, I might change my mind tomorrow. That is a red flag. If a man tells you that I'm ready to marry now, if you don't marry me now, then I might not be available in the next, don't. That is a red flag. The person should be able to respect your decision, to be able to study him or her to get married to that person. They shouldn't force you into marriage in the name of you're a woman. And then some people even use the threat as, hey, you're a woman, you are growing, you're supposed to, hey, it is your decision. And if the person loves you and respects you, they're supposed to know that it should allow you to have a sound mind, to think things through, to look at what you are supposed to look at. Don't just based on their threats and their words to fall for those kind of things. I mean, you will regret it later. Okay, so take note of these things and don't just rush into any marriage because you think the person might leave you or the opportunity might just slide away. Let it go. Another one will come. But you should be in your full capacity and mindset to get ready for marriage. My name is Brother Obi. You can call me Love Dr. Obi on all social media handles. You can also find me over there. If you are new here, please hit on the subscribe button down there and turn on all notifications so that whenever I post any video, you get it before anyone else. That's it. Also, leave a comment and like, and let's have a wonderful discussion in the comment section. So I will see you in my next video. Stay blessed.